The following presentation is intended for mature audiences only and contains elements that are not suitable for some audience members. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Petty Details, where the crew gallivants down a tree-lined lane of conversation on all kinds of different subjects. Join the crew as they jump in the Wayback Machine in the quest for nuggets of knowledge. Our journey will allegedly drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. Hello, welcome to Petty Details. I am the Meg. We have Monica and Cam, as always.
What's up?
Hi.
Yep. Make sure to subscribe. Let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear.
Turn on your notifications.
Turn on the notifications. And where do we look, Cam?
You look at the link tree.
That's right.
It's like a tree because of branches that you could go to, like X, Instagram, Facebook.
Boom.
That's it.
Yes.
And of course the YouTube to subscribe and ding the bell. I still don't have a bell yet.
Uh,
Ding, 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 ding. That's good.
I have one downstairs. I have several downstairs, actually.
We're gonna have to get Cam a bell.
Yeah,
Ship
we're
me
gonna
a
have...
bell.
Yep.
I want an authentic Indiana bell.
I'll see
Are we
what I
talking
can
like
do.
a cowbell or
Whatever that means to you is fine with me.
I mean everything could use more cowbell, but
True.
Absolutely.
True. Yeah, I think we do need a cowbell.
More cowbell.
So, I have a funny story for you guys.
Oh.
Oh yay. I like funny stories.
So, I sent out a package a long time ago to a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pens, pretty detailed
Okay.
pens, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we get a package in the mail today, and it says, return to sender, blah, blah,
Oh.
blah, from July.
What?
I sent it out in July, and it just got back to me.
Holy crap.
That's what,
Oh
7
my.
months?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
January, so.
Right,
Yeah.
we yeah.
Oh man.
And I was like, I don't even know what the hell I sent him because it's been months.
You're like,
And
what is this?
Yeah,
So
so
you
I
just
opened
didn't pick it up?
No, I think by the time that it actually got to him, he had moved
Oh,
because I think
that'll
it just
do it.
took so long to get there.
And
Yeah.
someone opened it up and was like, pens.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell is this? But
Right.
yeah, so I have a bunch of pens that got back to us 7 months later. But I was like, what the
I
hell?
don't know if you can see that,
They
but
are some
this is
fantastic pens, by the way.
They are good pens,
yes.
yeah.
They're really nice. They're twisties
Mm-hmm.
with a little wait. Oh no, wait. This one doesn't have the light. My other pen has a light.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't.
But it has the little drawing thing, the like stylus on the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
Yes.
Get you
yes.
some pens. Hit up Meg
So,
if you want some pens.
yeah, they might take 7 months to get there, but
Right. That's just insane.
So you sent them back to him?
not yet. I just got it today, so
Oh,
It
Yeah.
just made its
nice.
way back to Meg.
yeah. So I'll send it out. I don't know.
Those
next week
pens
or
had
something.
like a vacation.
Dude,
They
yeah.
did.
They went
They
on
saw
an
some
adventure.
they
They
saw
saw
some
some shit.
See, that'd be interesting to like put a GoPro. You'd have to have like
Ooh,
a battery pack or something, but like a GoPro in like a package. I don't know how you would do that, but like
I don't know.
where
That would
where
be
it'd be
fun
like a
though.
little cut out or something so you could see and like see where I
Where
don't
it
know.
went.
I'm thinking Chef Boyardee can commercial levels of like following around an item for its entire life. Yeah.
We'll work
Nice.
on that, Cam.
All right. Cam.
Cam. It's the
Cam.
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 The cam. I get up and start doing the can, but it's the cam with my
I like it.
legs. Oh boy.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We are
Let's
going to
do it.
pick up where we left off.
Lift
Okay.
off.
Woohoo.
So, where we left off is that the People's Temple is going to move from California because of death
Yes.
threats to Jim Jones's family and heat from the media and followers' families.
And what better way to dodge all of that than to move?
Right.
Peace out, A-Town.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
So now, Jim had already scoped out Guyana in South America and had bought land in a remote area about 3 to 4 years before. so
Okay.
around 1974, I believe. Um, he had started building these compounds, and the Guyana locals and the government pretty much left them alone
Hmm.
because they were self-sufficient, not seeking contact with anybody in the area.
Yeah. They're like,
Okay.
y'all chill, we chill,
Yeah.
everything's great.
Yep.
Yep. So I want to talk about this a little because although it sounds from what we know now, like all of the US was against Jim Jones at this point, that was not the case.
Mm,
Right.
So Jim was actually admired and supported by Angela Davis, who is an activist and feminist,
okay.
Okay.
Harvey Milk, who was the first
Oh,
openly gay man to be elected official in the US,
yeah.
and the Black
Hmm.
Panthers.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Quite a variety of supporters.
right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just activists who supported Jim. He also had US government officials vouching for him, including
Wow.
ambassadors and the Lieutenant Governor of California.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay,
He has some heavy hitters in his back pocket.
right. So
Yeah.
so up to this point, the only people that had a problem with the People's Temple were a few of the followers' families and racists who were mad at Jim about
Yeah.
adopting the minority children.
Mm.
Okay. All the inclusion, yeah.
Right. So the People's Temple congregation was described as decent and some very highly educated people who wanted to follow God and help the community.
Cool.
And
Hmm.
Jonestown, their stated intention was to live in a free and integrated socialist society to get away from, quote, the evils of modern American society.
Hmm.
Okay.
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 So Jim's son Stephen said later that Jim's primary purpose was to, quote, bust down some walls and create a community where all are welcome. Quote,
Mm.
it was not fake. I am so grateful for that because it showed me the truth of that, the beauty of that, the importance of that. So I loved that about him.
That's sweet.
Um,
Glass half full type of guy.
yeah.
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 And that's what I'm saying. Like this guy, he's got a lot of facets.
He's
So
layered.
he's layered. Yep. So another of Jim's sons, Jim Jr., said he had gratitude for being adopted. He said he
Mm.
saved me. I was grateful that I was safe in the world I was brought into.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so some of the members had been sent ahead to Guyana to start to build the buildings and farm the land with Guyana locals. Guyana's president even visited members when Jonestown was being built, and they were like talking about fishing and stuff, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
So everybody is excited about this. The members were excited to get a new start in Guyana where they could really build this society that they wanted to.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The Guyana Minister was excited because of the agricultural co-op opportunities.
Hmm.
The Guyanese
That's
government
fair.
also liked the PR that a group of Americans was there,
Mm.
and they were
Okay.
happy because Jonestown was socialist and so was Guyana.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I said, the US officials were backing Jim also. So Lieutenant Governor of California Mervyn Dimely, Dimely, I'm not sure how to say that. But he
Mm.
wrote a letter to the Guyana Prime Minister saying that Jim Jones was an upstanding citizen and that he was, quote, tremendously impressed by Jonestown.
Hmm.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
High praise.
Yeah.
right. So sometime between 1974 and 76, the US ambassador and deputy chief of mission visited Jonestown and had a pretty good impression. They thought it was going well and hadn't heard any complaints. In fact, the deputy chief of mission in December 1976 said that Jonestown was, quote, relatively normal.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Hmm.
Um, really, the only complaints that they had had down in Guyana, and that anybody had really heard, was a Catholic priest was mad about the faith healing.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Hmm.
par for
And
the course, I guess.
right.
Yeah.
And one follower was reported kidnapped by his family, but when they found him in Jonestown, he said that he wanted to be there, so it wasn't a crime.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Really, the US wasn't worried about Jonestown at all. They talked to people and nobody expressed any issues or said they wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And the US figured that Guyanese government would try and take it over at some point, but that was about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like they have no
Okay.
jurisdiction
Yeah.
because they are not in the US anymore.
Mm-mm.
Right.
Unless they send like CIA agents.
Right. But
Well, but even
Otherwise,
then, like until you get them back on US soil, if they want to be in,
can't do anything. Yeah.
if they want to be
mm,
there, you're like, okay, cool. Like,
Or whether or not, yeah, if it's like they want to be there, whether or not that, like, as long as they say they want to be there,
yeah.
whether or not they actually want to be there, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
yeah,
whether it's, truth or valid
right.
or not, but like that family member was accusing
Yeah.
him of being kidnapped. Well, then the guy was like, no, like I choose
Right.
to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, until you can prove that they were
Right.
brainwashed or whatever else, you can't do
Or any
much.
signs of abuse or anything like that. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Right.
then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But so far everything's going fine.
Yep.
Like,
Okay.
so even in 1977, the deputy chief of mission, Richard McCoy, said that Jonestown was well built. They had their own mill, the houses and buildings were sturdy with tin roofs, and it had electricity and refrigeration. There were about
Okay.
60 cottages, big kitchens, storage areas, a laundry, an infirmary, two schoolhouses, and the pavilion. Um,
Okay.
when Jim met with the American ambassadors in Guyana, they, quote, wished him well.
Okay.
Okay. And,
He's
oh,
checking his boxes.
right.
I was gonna say everybody's on board so far.
And a lot
Yeah.
of this stuff is actually coming from a written account
Mm,
by a couple of these deputy chief of mission ambassador guys.
mm.
So this
Okay.
isn't a
Right.
Jonestown person coming out saying, "Oh yeah, they wished us well." This is the guy who said it saying, "Yeah,
Yeah.
everything was fine."
Mm-hmm.
So by September 1977, Jonestown had over 1,000 people. More than a quarter were children, and the majority were African American.
Mm-hmm.
Petty
Okay.
detail: Jim's mom followed him to Guyana.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Another couple petty details here. They allegedly had a chimp at Jonestown named Mr. Muggs.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, allegedly.
allegedly. Yeah.
There we go.
Right.
And Jim did somewhat practice what he preached with a former member saying that Jim would sleep on the floor in a sleeping bag.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
not one of these cult leaders who has 25 Rolls Royces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
Right.
everybody
a
else is
private
sleeping on the ground.
jet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleeping in a California king bed with, the
Right.
latest mattress technology and
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
his
everybody else in tents.
followers,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
special followers.
Yeah.
All
Um,
right.
Question about, so like, what was the obsession with like monkey as a pet in that era of
I
like,
don't
I
know.
just feel like that a lot of people were like, yeah, and that's my pet orangutan. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah, there were shows about it,
Okay.
all kinds of stuff.
That's crazy.
And
Oh,
remember,
and
he
remember
was
the the spy monkey?
that's right, the spy monkey, because remember he was selling monkeys.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I wonder if
I
this is
loved
one
it.
of the monkeys that he was trying to sell. Like if he had just kept
Foster
that
fail
one
kind of
or
situation.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. I
nice.
don't know. There wasn't a lot of information on that.
He had
It
a
just
special
popped up.
Just so
attachment to
happened to
him.
have a chimp there with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so things are going pretty well in Jonestown, like we said. There had been no violence against diplomats or politicians until
Hmm.
the tragedy occurred in 78. But before November of 1978, deaths had been natural in Jonestown. It
Okay.
was mostly seniors. No, it really was. It was mostly seniors between the ages of 63 and 78,
Hmm.
and a
Okay.
baby who had died after 18 days.
Oh,
Oof.
And Jim's mom had died in 1977.
Oh my God.
okay.
Okay.
It's kind of like a ticking time bomb almost.
Yes.
Like everyone's like on it. Like I don't know. It seems like they think it's fine, but people are also on edge, like waiting for
Hmm.
something to go really bad. You know what I
Not
mean?
yet.
Are they also getting like
Well,
bad press, or is this like all good press?
Right now, it's all good press. The only
I was
bad
gonna
press
say
that they've
maybe
gotten is in the United States from the families.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But that
even
Well, I
then,
was
hasn't
gonna
it's not a
say,
followed
bunch of
them.
families. It's not 1,000 people worth of families.
Right.
I'm wondering if the on edge part is like coming from the fact that we know
Yes.
what's coming. Like,
Yes.
True, true, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm looking at it through an already, you know what I mean? Like I already
yeah,
seen the end, so I'm looking at it like, oh, these people are worried, but they're not really.
Mm-mm. They're
no. And
living their
They're
best
like
chilling.
Meg
life.
said, like the only bad quote unquote publicity is from the family members,
Right.
but they don't seem to be going to the press and blowing it up like
Right.
Mm-mm.
out of proportion or anything like that. It's just they don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. They're like, where's my family member's been missing, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I as a like as the family member, you're probably like, well, I don't think they would ever do that, you know what I mean? But you
Right.
don't know what's in their mind, you know.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
no telling.
Jim's son, Steven, said, quote, I lived in a community that was filled with every walk of life, every color of the rainbow, every level of education. For the most part, we lived in harmony, and they did that most of the time. So everything's fine.
Everything sounds great on paper.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's yeah,
Yep.
it is going very well at this point.
right,
So
right,
it's been going pretty well for about 3 or 4 years.
yeah.
And then a couple of things happened in the same time period that really signaled the end of Jonestown.
Mm,
Okay. So this is where we start getting into that feeling that you were talking about, Cam.
right.
So the first was that a few families of the followers, which were probably the same ones that were bitching in the press, got worried because letters were strange if they got them at all.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the families, who pretty much know nothing about what's going on, start alleging that Jonestown was a slave camp, that there were beatings
Ooh.
and imprisonments, there was drug
Oh,
abuse, suspicious deaths.
uh-oh.
Mm. Okay.
They also said that allegedly senior Social Security money would be signed over to the People's Temple.
Yeah,
Okay.
that happens so much.
Right. So some of
And
this may be
even
true
even
and some of
after
it may not.
people like older elderly might pass and then people still keep collecting
Yeah.
the and you're like, what
Oh
are
yeah.
you doing?
Right.
And so these family members start to put together an organized campaign to get California Congressman Leo Ryan to go down and see what was going on and
Hmm.
why they weren't being contacted by their family members.
Yeah.
Okay. Petty detail here. I think this is a thought, not a fact. Well, it's part fact, but it's my
But
thought. I think part or most of the reason that Ryan actually went down there wasn't for the families that contacted him, but because he had a friend whose grandchildren were at Jonestown with their mother.
oh,
Oh.
okay.
So I think the grandmother was like, hey,
Hmm.
go
Go
check this
check this
out.
place out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know that he would have gone.
That's crazy.
Okay.
My opinion, just saying. So,
Right.
Yeah.
now, like I said, some of that was true and some of that was not, and some was seriously exaggerated. But we're going to get
Hmm.
into that, okay?
Yeah.
So, the second thing that happened at the same time was a custody battle. Now, we have to dig a little deep into this because it explains why there became so much paranoia, not only from the families, but also from Jim Jones.
Hmm.
Okay, so we have these two members of the church, Tim and Grace Stowen.
Okay.
In 1972, they have a son named John. Less than a month after John was born, Tim signs a document saying that Jim Jones is actually John's biological father because, quote, he had entreated Jim to father the child with Grace because he couldn't.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Um, Tim and Grace move John to Guyana. All three of them are down there.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But Grace decides to leave the church in 1976, but she leaves John at Jonestown.
Okay.
Okay. Tim left the church not long after. But they
But the
both
kid
leave.
stayed.
They both leave John in Jonestown to be cared for by other members because Grace was worried about her own well being.
Oh my gosh.
And she thought
Wow.
that John would be protected by Jim. And I think what was meant by her own well-being is I think that she had some mental issues. Not like she
Hmm.
Okay.
was scared of Jim Jones.
Right.
Not like that. Not like she was scared that he was going to come after her because
Okay.
Mm.
I was gonna say, or was she scared that there was like there could be
no.
repercussions because she had like she was a part of this church and then she had left it.
No.
Right. That's it.
Yeah, no.
That's another thing I didn't realize people could just leave if they wanted, like have free
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I
forgot
don't think
about
that
that.
she was scared because it was stated that she thought that John would be protected by Jim Jones. So I
Yeah.
don't think
Okay.
that if she was scared of Jim that she would have let the child stay
Let the
there.
kid, yeah, let the kid
Yeah.
stay. Hmm.
Um, okay. Well, Jim did protect John. He said John was his. Grace and Tim decide they want custody of John and want him back in the US. But he's been down there for a while. And this is
Right.
like
Yeah.
where the kid grew up. This goes to court in California, where Grace is granted custody.
Oh
Oh
Grace,
wow.
wow.
okay?
Just
Whoa.
Jim,
Grace.
just Grace. Jim counters and says that Grace is unstable, which is where I
Oh
think that
boy.
well-being thing came out, because I
Yeah.
think that she kind of was unstable.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, the Guyana marshal goes to serve papers to Jim, but he never sees him. So instead, he nails the papers to a door and leaves.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
yeah, this makes Jim super paranoid that he can't leave Jonestown or he would have to send John back to the States.
Hmm.
Okay, petty detail here. There is no real answer on who was the father of John. Grace never said.
Yikes.
Okay.
Um,
Get them on Jerry Springer.
Right.
yeah,
Maury Povich.
that's right. I mean, we need a DNA test here.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, Jim starts saying that Jonestown is, quote, under siege, and he started having followers arm up. Now,
Oh wow.
remember, his supporters in the States, like Angela Davis and the Black Panthers,
Uh-huh.
well, they even told Jonestown residents by radio that they had to resist the quote, profound conspiracy against them.
Oh,
Holy
oh
shit.
wow.
So, again,
And so we go off the deep end.
right, but that's what I'm saying. Not everybody is against
Yeah.
Right.
Jonestown.
You're
They
stoking a
kind
fire here, yeah.
they kind
Mm-hmm.
of think that, Grace and Tim should have gotten their shit together and taken the kid if it was theirs, but they they actually wrote out and saying that
Yeah.
it wasn't Tim's kid. So,
Hmm.
okay. But now we have to explore what's going on with Jim around this time.
Okay.
So Jim starts giving these rambling sermons that would be played throughout the complex for the people to hear as they worked. And in the
Oh boy.
evenings, the followers had to attend mandatory, quote, propaganda classes.
Oh
Oh
boy.
geez.
Yeah, and these propaganda classes went off the rails. Jim
Oh,
would push his vision
you're
of
kidding.
yeah,
Right.
surprise.
Shocking.
So Jim would push his vision of a socialist utopia, but he used North Korean provided propaganda to talk about the quote superior life of socialism and how Russia was quote the spiritual motherland.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy. Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. He would talk about the virtues of people like Vladimir Lenin. He would talk about the
This is
enemies.
crazy.
Yeah. He went deep into this.
Damn. He said, part the Red Sea? No, I'll just embrace the Red Sea.
That's right, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. He would talk about the enemies of the church and said America was trying to destroy Jonestown. Okay. Around this time, he also starts holding random middle of the night suicide drills, and followers were told to drink juice as a test of loyalty. Okay. So there are a couple of
What?
reasons
Oh
that
my
Jim's
God.
getting pretty paranoid and crazy.
Hmm.
First one is Jim is fairly ill, at least in the final months of his life, but he
Okay.
wouldn't leave the compound to get treatment. He had a recurring
Gotcha.
fever, a deep, non productive cough, and nobody is exactly sure what he had, except they know that it wasn't pneumonia, TB, or cancer.
I was gonna say it sounds like
Okay.
pneumonia, but
Right.
if it
Yeah.
wasn't
Right.
that, yeah.
But there's a possibility it was a fungus lung infection.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, South America. Yeah,
Yeah. So
possible.
he's not feeling great.
Yeah, no.
No.
He's
No.
probably hallucinating a little bit because he's got this fever, right?
Yeah.
Right.
The other thing is Jim was abusing prescription drugs and
Of course
had
he
been
was.
for a while.
Of
I
course.
want everyone to raise their hand if they're shocked.
Right.
Yeah.
No one? Okay,
No.
cool.
So he would take amphetamines to get going, and when he did sleep, he had to take barbiturates.
Damn.
At his
And you
autopsy,
are melting your brain
Oh
doing
yeah.
that
yeah.
shit.
And I mean, think about this. How many people have we heard that go off the
Yeah.
rails are doing the exact same thing?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Because it does. It just eventually you don't actually get sleep.
No.
Nope.
And that is like
Mm-mm.
the number one enemy of brain function,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Right. So
Yep.
he's got no sleep and he's got a fever and he's high as fuck.
Right.
So, at his autopsy, the levels of phenobarbital was at toxic levels, but that didn't
Damn.
cause his death.
Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're
Okay then.
Okay.
pickling your own body.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Jim started wearing sunglasses all the time early on to quote play the part.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also a rumor that because he was using so many amphetamines, that he had a light sensitivity.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
what we were talking about. I was like, sounds like you're a couple
Yeah.
sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a couple of petty details here. There was a tape that Jim made October 29th, 1978, where he talks so slow and his inability to hold a thought together clearly shows how high he was.
Yikes.
Wow.
And you're
Um,
just constantly on. Oh,
Something, yeah.
yeah.
What's going on with my hair back here? Okay, sorry. Another petty detail. There is a story from a survivor that said he and one of Jones's sons, it does not say which son,
Hmm.
knew Jim wasn't in his right mind and had plotted to kill him, but decided it was too risky.
Okay.
All
Wow.
Okay.
right.
Now, Jim's son Stephen did say that his father was paranoid and everyone around them in California hated them, and the white supremacists were coming after them. Stephen thought his father was dangerous and erratic as time went on, which
Hmm.
might make him the son who plotted to kill Jim.
Right.
Uh-oh.
But
Could have been
Yeah.
him.
he did not say, so
Well, no.
not sure. Right.
He's not cop into that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So we are going to leave the story here, and then we will pick up at November 17th, 1978 in the next episode.
Oh
The
boy.
day. Oh
Yes.
boy.
Okay.
All right.
Cliffhanger on
Stay
cliffhanger.
tuned.
Stay tuned. We will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.